17 most ideal getaway destinations in China. Huge and different, China is a monster of a movement objective, with more megacities than some other country on the planet, as well as the country with the biggest populace. Any visit to this Asian Goliath is an overwhelming and drawing in blend of beguiling customary culture and advancement. With 53 assorted ethnic gatherings and in excess of 292 communicated in dialects, every objective in China is unique in relation to the last. Guests making their most memorable outing to China ordinarily adhere to the bigger urban areas. More experienced guests to the center realm will strike out this way and that, where voyaging might be somewhat more disappointing a result of the language obstruction, however generally most certainly feasible for free explorers. With such a great amount on offer, the main issue is how to fit the very most ideal getaway destinations in China into only one outing. 1. Beijing. Beijing is the ongoing capital city and stays one of the most famous spots to visit in China. Its set of experiences goes back over 3,000 years, and a lot of that set of experiences is as yet alive inside its nation. Beijing in a real sense implies northern capital, a job it has played ordinarily in China's long history. It previously became prominent in Chinese history after it was made the capital of the territory of Yan under the name Yanjing. The Mongols held onto the city in 1215, and from 1264 it filled in as the capital of a unified China under Kublai Khan. After the fall of the Mongol-established Yuan tradition in 1368, the capital was at first moved to Nanjing, however was moved back in 1403 and accepted its current name. Beijing is home to Tiananmen Square, the prohibited city, the public gallery of China, as well as the old and new summer castles. These and different attractions are ideal for noticing Chinese nurseries, old design and Chinese culture from a scope of periods in the nation's set of experiences. There are various sanctuaries inside and right beyond the city for the people who need to observe Confucius, Taoist and Buddhist milestones or maybe have a profound encounter. One of the most famous spots to see the incomparable mass of China is at Badaling, situated about an hour via train or 90-minute by transport from Beijing. Known for its levelness and normal development, the city has just 3 slopes and its concentric ring streets are really rectangular, similar to the design of the Taboo City. Beijing flaunts a broad public transportation organization, which incorporates a broad tram framework. There are bicycle trails, yet explorers might find the contamination excessively severe for cycling. For over 100 years, Wangfujing Business Road has been the best spot to shop in Beijing. Be that as it may, the Yashou and Silk Road markets are additionally exceptionally well known. 2. Hong Kong. Situated off China's southeastern coast, Hong Kong is a sparkling, elite business community where Chinese culture, English pilgrim impacts and current high innovation mix together. While it contains the world's most elevated convergence of high-rises and one of the greatest populous densities, Hong Kong likewise offers a lot of green spaces, mountain perspectives and seashores. A portion of the priority attractions incorporate the renowned Victoria Harbour, which is a marvelous sight around evening time with every one of the stunning high-rises, and the Pinnacle, Hong Kong Island's most elevated slope, which offers spectacular perspectives on the harbour. From entertainment meccas like Sea Park and Disneyland Hong Kong to lofty exhibition halls, impressive shopping centres, clamoring night markets, horse racing, lovely seashores and rides on the world's longest outside lift, Hong Kong has something for everybody. Eating in Hong Kong is an encounter all itself with a wide assortment of cooking styles from global to neighbourhood Cantonese. A well-known food style is feint total, which includes little partitions of food generally introduced in liner bins. Commonplace feint aggregate dishes incorporate delicious dumplings with meat, rice noodles, steamed vegetables and soups generally presented with Chinese tea. 3. Extraordinary Mass of China. One of the world's most noteworthy structural and designing victories, the incomparable Mass of China traverses more than 6,000 kilometers and is the country's most renowned site. Altogether, it goes through 15 Chinese regions. Its lookouts, doors, and strongholds are hung from the desert in the west to the Bohai Ocean in the east. Worked throughout the long term and centuries by different Chinese realms, states, and domains, the wall wanders through misleading territory and past some enchanting view. While its earliest fragments were worked, harking back to the 7th century BC to shield individuals from looters, a significant number of its most well-known parts date to the Ming tradition. As it snakes across mountains, valleys, and slopes, the incomparable wall has a lot of shocking landscape for guests to appreciate. While certain parts are all around re-established, others lie in wild and far-off locales and are in different conditions of decay. One of the most famous areas of the incomparable wall to visit is Badaling, right beyond Beijing, while at the same time Jinshanling attracts explorers because of its immaculate nature and fantastic perspectives. 4. Shanghai. Situated on the East China Ocean and the mouth of the Yangtze Stream, Shanghai is the biggest city and most created city in China. Almost 33% of China's products come from the area, and it draws in very nearly a fourth of all the country's unfamiliar speculation, more than any single emerging nation. Its horizon is loading up with high-rises while gleaming shopping centers, sumptuous inns and renowned expressions communities are ascending close by. The city evenings in Shanghai are illustrative of the Western perspective on China urban communities with splendid neon signs, clamoring roads and various organizations. With regards to getting around in Shanghai, this city has everything, including a broad metro framework. The most famous spot to take a walk is the Bund, Shanghai's pilgrim riverfront along Huangpu Stream. While demands have fundamentally changed the Bund's appearance, various compositionally huge structures are nearby the strip and are as yet apparent. Guests will see a couple of leftovers of old China in Shanghai. Be that as it may, the city is particularly current with modern structures like the Mercedes-Benz Field and the Oriental Pearl Pinnacle dabbing the scene. Visiting historical centers is the most ideal way to get a glance at the way of life of the area and how it has changed throughout the long term. Additionally, the historical centers will generally be in fascinating structures also. These incorporate the Shanghai Regular History Gallery, the Shanghai Historical Center and the Rockbund Workmanship Exhibition Hall. 5. Xi'an. Xi'an is generally all around as old as Beijing and fills in as the capital city of the Shaanxi area in northwest China. The historical backdrop of Xi'an is quite possibly of its greatest draw. It was the beginning of the once essential Silk Street that made business between numerous nations in Eurasia conceivable. It was the majestic seat for no less than 11 lines, before the unification of China between 1000 BC and 1000 promotion, making it one of the 4 extraordinary old capitals of China. Today, it is a social and innovative focus, being home to the Xi'an Aviation Science and Innovation Modern Base. Its most well-known attractions is the somewhat as of late found earthenware armed force, the defenders of the burial place of the primary head of China. The site of the antiquated Daming royal residence incorporates a few unique designs and a few recreations that were simply open to people in general lately. Xi'an likewise brag 14th century city walls that are in excess of 12 kilometers in length. They are an area of the city history, yet going in Xi'an in some cases requires going under, nearby them. Other fascinating designs with regards to the city incorporate the Roman Catholic St. Francis Basilica of Xi'an, the Ming line chime and drum pinnacles worked in the 14th 100 years, and the Islamic Extraordinary Mosque. The individuals who need a more Eastern encounter can watch a conventional Chinese show at the Shaanxi Excellent Drama House. 6. Lhasa. Lhasa is quite possibly of the main city in Tibet, and one of the greatest raised on the planet at 3,500 meters. Lhasa, notwithstanding its ingestion into more prominent China, has held quite a bit of its way of life. During the 700 years, Tibet was brought together under Songtsen Gampo, who constructed a royal residence on Mount Mapori. Over the long haul, Lhasa went all through being the capital of Tibet, yet it has consistently stayed a significant otherworldly focus. Lhasa is vital to Tibetan history and is found genuinely in a Himalayan mountain valley. The city is home to the Potala Royal Residence, which was the previous home of the Dalai Lama. It was developed on the red slope over quite a while back. It is made out of 2 sections, the White Royal Residence, where the Dalai Lama resided, and the Red Castle, where strict review and practice occurred. One more castle in Lhasa is Norbulinka, worked in 1755. It was the Dalai Lama's late spring royal residence before his exile. Most critical are the royal residence's nurseries, which stretch almost 90 sections of land with the rambling castle. Other vacationer amazing open doors incorporate visiting Jokhang Market, or Chakpori, one of the 4 holy piles of Tibet. To shop conventional products and gifts, go to Barker Road. Lhasa is likewise still obviously a city under occupation, with furnished warriors representing the post on traffic intersections and roofs, and steady watches all through the city. Non-Chinese nationals are expected to get a unique license to visit Tibet, and recruit a local escort consistently they stay in Tibet. This is completely authorized, however subtleties change occasionally. 7. Yangshuo. Yangshuo in South China was once a magnet for explorers, as a result of its modest costs and easygoing air. However, today it draws a wide range of voyagers to partake in its grand excellence. Yangshuo makes a decent base to require road trips all through the area. A most loved action is to take a boat among Yangshuo and Guilin for a comfortable excursion on the Lai Stream, known for its delightful landscape and karst mountains that have been made renowned by photographic artists and painters everywhere. Numerous explorers decide to lease bikes for the excursion back, since the course is moderately level and offers them the chance to see ranchers working in their fields. Yangshuo's other popular locales incorporate Moon Slope, purported on the grounds that a colossal opening in the slope looks like a moon, Gathering Winged Serpent Cavern, named after the mythical beast form tops that encompass it, and taking a class in Chinese from one of Yangshuo's numerous language schools. 8. Hangzhou. Hangzhou is the capital city of the Zhejiang area. Acclaimed for its regular view, Hangzhou and its West Lake have been deified by endless writers and specialists. In the 13th century, Marco Polo depicted the city as the most lovely and grand on the planet. Hangzhou's most popular site, West Lake, is a huge lake isolated by thoroughfares and fixed with old structures and gardens intended for unwinding and otherworldliness. Guests will find pagodas, sanctuaries, strolling ways, sitting regions, tea ranches, and a gallery along its shores and at times extending over the water. Tea is a significant piece of the West Lake experience. Mythical serpent well tea created there is quite possibly of the most popular tea in China. While West Lake ostensibly offers the best that Hangzhou brings to the table as far as Chinese design, planting, and scenes, Zixi Public Wetland Park includes a conventional sanctuary and a few homes, as well as being a decent portrayal of nearby untamed life and its natural surroundings. The greenhouse and zoo give commonplace city diversion, yet in an unmistakably Chinese setting. 9. Jiezhegu. Jiezhegu Valley is a spot that will engage explorers who partake in nature and like their view unblemished and cleaned up. A public park in Sichuan territory, it is home to a few Tibetan towns, offering guests an opportunity to see one more way of life without overcoming the high elevations of the Himalayan district. The district's name signifies 9 Tibetan towns. The public park has been depicted as a fairyland as a result of its numerous cascades, snow-covered karst mountains, and its 108 blue, turquoise, and green-shaded lakes that are so completely clear one can see the bottoms. It is additionally the natural surroundings of monster pandas. However, the possibilities seeing them are thin because of the recreation area's size and the quantity of vacationers. 10. Dali. Lying on the shores of the shining Erhai Lake with heavenly mountains rising surrounding it, Dali has for some time been a well-known vacationer location. Situated in Yunnan region, the little city is generally known for its picturesque setting, rich social legacy, and exquisite old town. Throughout the long term, Dali was the capital of a few realms, so fascinating and great verifiable and social tourist spots can be found in and out of town. The vast majority of the wonderful structures in the old town date to the Ming line, with its antiquated city walls, 3 pagodas, and Qingsheng Sanctuary considering as a real part of its fundamental sites. Numerous incredible historical centers are likewise spread around, while the lake and close-by mountains offer an abundance of open-air diversion exercises. Climbing, horseback riding, and rock moving in the Kangshan Mountains are extremely famous, while Erhai Lake's shores are home to confined and grand towns and old towns and sanctuaries. 11. Wulingyuan. Found right external the little city of Zhangjiajie in northwest Hunan area, Wulingyuan brags a few the most noteworthy and breathtaking scenes in China. Part of the Wuling mountain reach, the picturesque region is especially well known for the great many support points and pinnacles that intersperse the recreation area. Frequently covered in fog, these karst arrangements look unimaginable, and large numbers of them overshadow 200 meters high. Canvassed in subtropical rainforest, they transcend plunging gorges and profound canyons, with shining waterways, lakes, and cascades tracked down to a great extent. Also, the recreation area is home to endless caverns in Tianqiashenkong, quite possibly of the greatest regular extension on the planet. Climbing around Wulingyuan's sensational scenes truly is a treat, and large numbers of its restricted paths pass along steep clifftops and shocking drops. From its pleasant and on occasion unsafe ways, you can appreciate impeccable displays of the recreation area's remarkable scenes. 12. Lijiang. Settled away in the northwest of Yunnan region, Lijiang is a charming and pleasant spot with an immortal look and feel. When the capital of a little realm, the city brags one of the best protected notable places in China, and is a famous traveler objective. At the core of Lijiang lies its heavenly old town, home to pretty trenches, old stone scaffolds, and winding cobbled roads. Its bunch of lovely wooden structures show exquisite conventional engineering, with the sweeping Mu Royal Residence complex being a feature. Stowed away among its restricted back streets are some beguiling cafes and eateries for you to attempt. Other than its numerous authentic sites, Lijiang is noted for being the primary focus of the Naxi public. Their rich culture and legacy is on show any place you go. At the social corridor, for example, you can partake in a conventional music execution, while various fascinating and useful galleries can be found in and out of town. 13. Suzhou. Long celebrated for its style, excellence, and culture, Suzhou lies just toward the upper east of Shanghai, in Jiangsu area. Set on the shores of Lake Tai and the lower ranges of the Yangtze Stream, the city is loaded with pretty trenches and stone scaffolds, prompting its epithet, the Venice of the East. Albeit as of late, China's quick improvement has seen a bunch of current structures spring up. Suzhou actually flaunts age-old pagodas and beautiful streetscapes. The city has 4 traditional nurseries, with the waiting nurseries, with its 4 particular segments, is viewed as a work of art garden in China. The nurseries are brilliant to walk around and include rocks, trees, structures, and lakes, all agreeably assembled. The Great Waterway, which interfaces Beijing and Hangzhou, goes through Suzhou, generating an organization of channels all through the old city. Established a while back, Suzhou is a significant focus of Wu culture, and was at one point the capital of the realm of a similar name. Thusly, great verifiable sites can be found in and out of town, while various brilliant galleries focus a light on its entrancing history and legacy. 14. Leshan, situated in Sichuan area in southwest China. Leshan lies where the Dadu, Min and Qingyi waterways meet. The city is home to the biggest stone-cut Buddha on the planet and known for its vicinity to the Mount Amei Grand region's wonderful landscape and authentic attractions. Albeit frequently ignored, Leshan has a wealth of eateries, bistros, and convenience choices, and flaunts a flourishing culinary scene. Spread in and out of town are many fascinating sites. For example, the well-known author Guo Moryuo's previous home and the Oriental Buddha Park, home to huge number of astonishing sculptures and carvings. The principal reason individuals visit, in any case, is for the Leshan Goliath Buddha, which pinnacles to a stunning 71 meters. Worked during the Tang tradition, the dazzling sandstone design is slashed out of the strong precipice face and glances out over the Min and Dadu waterways. Lying close by is Leshan's other feature, Mount Amei, home to 76 Buddhist cloisters and a lot of wonderful regular landscape and untamed life. 15. Tiger Jumping Canyon. Slicing decisively through the tough scenes of Yunnan territory, Tiger Jumping Chasm is one of the most profound, generally beautiful, and breathtaking stream gulches on the planet, found just toward the north of Lijiang. The chasm follows the Jinsha stream as it passes terraced ranches, calm towns, and snow-covered tops. Extending around 16 kilometers, the canyon twists between Jade-Winged Serpent Snow Mountain and Haba Snow Mountain, both transcending to in excess of 5,000 meters. Together, the Grand Mounts and Tiger Jumping Canyon make for a portion of China's most capturing normal sights and landscape, with stunning perspectives on offer. Because of its regular magnificence, climbing along the canyon's tight path is progressively famous. This takes you past thundering rapids, shimmering cascades, and tough bluffs. Also, you can remain in confined towns and guest houses to more deeply study the Naxi nation's rich culture and history. 16. Macau. Situated on the western side of the Pearl Stream Delta, Macau is a significant betting location that is home to extravagance resorts, glamorous gambling clubs, and elite diversion. The city is set on the South China Ocean, not a long way from Hong Kong and Shenzhen, and is known as the Vegas of China. As the Portuguese managed it for a considerable length of time, Macau shows an intriguing blend of Chinese and Portuguese traditions and foods. Intriguing memorable sites additionally proliferate, with places of worship, sanctuaries, and fortifications found among the bright pilgrim time structures of old Macau. While the Macau landmass has loads of significant milestones and a few incredible historical centers on offer, the vast majority come for its gambling clubs. These are not just home to each kind of gambling machine and betting game possible, yet heaps of cafes, bars, and lodgings. Moreover, they sport huge shopping buildings and their auditoriums put on bunches of hypnotizing exhibitions and music shows. 17. Kunming. Kunming, the capital of Yunnan area, is the monetary, transportation and social focus of southwest China. All it is connected by rail from China's significant urban areas as well, likewise with Vietnam. The rail connect with Hanoi was laid out in 1901. Troops to Southeast Asia, Tibet and India have gone through Kunming since the 3rd century BC. Kunming's gentle environment makes it a decent spot to visit any season. It has cool, dry winters, however summers can be sweltering and muggy. Developing circumstances are perfect for blossoms, with in excess of 400 assortments developed here. The camellia is the city's true blossom. The city additionally is known for its lavish green parks, like Kuihu Park with its streams and winding ways. More youthful voyagers might partake in a visit to Dogwin Park as a result of its funfair, and food slows down. Notwithstanding its own charms, Kunming fills in as a base from which to investigate the rainbow of ethnic minority nearby. The most notable identities are the Dai, Bai and Naxi. Another famous road trip is to the Yunnan stone timberland that has been known as the principal marvel of the world since the Ming Line. Found 120 kilometers from Kunming, the stone woodland highlights amazing stone developments in different arrangements. Finally, thanks for watching this video. See you again next time.